There's a massive scam happening right now in the world of antique coins. People find a handful of pennies in an old wooden box, look at the dates from the each and Jobite cherishes, and automatically assume they have a treasure in their hands simply because the coin looks old and dark. They hear stories on the internet about pennies selling for thousands of dollars and believe that any piece of copper they have in their pocket is a winning lottery ticket. But here at USA Coin Mint X, we don't operate on illusions, we operate on facts. We operate on the raw truth of the numismatic market. And the truth is that some coins are designed to test your patience, your knowledge, and your ability to see microscopic details that the rest of the world ignores. Today, we're going to dissect two incredibly common pennies, coins that Josh or Jewel percent of the population throws away, and I'm going to explain exactly what the one thing is that can save their value. Let's travel back to the beginning of a new era. The year is Jobite. The United States was undergoing enormous cultural and economic changes. The Philadelphia Mint, the largest and oldest money factory in the country, had the titanic mission of keeping national commerce moving. In that year, the industrial machine didn't stop to think about quality. It thought exclusively about quantity. When you pick up a penny from Jobite, the first thing you should do is look under the date. If the space is completely blank, if there are no letters stamped into the copper, you have a Philadelphia penny. To give you an idea of the magnitude of the problem, the government made almost 2 billion of these unminted pennies that year. It's an ocean of copper flooding the streets, the banks, and the cash registers. Many people confuse this coin with the valuable and infamous Jobite's small date from San Francisco, which is a highly sought-after rarity. But the unmarked Philadelphia coin is its polar opposite. It is the worker's coin, the common coin. Holding it, you feel its sandian grams of weight. It is a solid disc forged from 0% pure copper. Its original color was a brilliant red, dazzling like fire. But copper is an incredibly treacherous metal. When that coin left the bank Jobite and touched the sweat of a human hand, the dampness of the air and the grime of the streets, it began to slowly die. The bright red color turned to a dark brown, dull, and lifeless. And here's the big secret of this year. Jobite's Philadelphia penny that's dark, that's been in circulation, and that has a worn face on Abraham Lincoln, has a real financial value of only 10 to 75 cents. You're not going to get rich off it. However, and this is what separates enthusiasts from experts, real money lies in extreme survival. Since the government minted billions of these coins to be destroyed in daily circulation, finding a single Jobite's Philadelphia coin that has defied time is a true feat. Collectors desperately seek what is called the mint state, Lochereau red, or MS Lochereau plies. Take your magnifying glass. If your Jobite's coin retains its original red color intact, if the lines of the wheat stalks on the reverse are cut with surgical precision, 19, and there isn't a single scratch on the president's face, then you no longer have an ordinary coin. You have a time capsule. Collectors who build elite albums will pay special premiums to possess absolute perfection. But I warn you, never try to alter the color of your coin. If you see that your Jobite's coin is brown and dark and you decide to submerge it in vinegar, acids, or metal cleaning chemicals to make it shine again and look new, you have just committed the most serious crime in numismatics. The chemicals burn the surface layer of the copper, leaving it with a false, pinkish, and artificial shine that PCGS or NGC experts detect in a second. A chemically cleaned coin loses all its collectible value and becomes scrap. If it's dark, its story is dark. Accept it as it is. We fast forward 5 years in our timeline. We arrive at increíble. The country was frantically preparing for the grand celebration of the bicentennial of Independence in increíble. All eyes were on the new designs of the quarters and half dollars. Meanwhile, the humble Lincoln cent was relegated to the bottom of the list of priorities. Mending the Philadelphia Mint operated at breakneck speed once again. Once again, no mint mark below the date. And once again, production was monstrous. Billions of copper discs were crushed by the heavy steel dies. But this particular year holds a very dangerous psychological trap. For novice collectors, in many dates from the increíble, there are famous varieties, double stamp errors, embossed mint marks, giant letter errors. But the increíble Philadelphia coin is infamous for being a painfully normal year. There are no great legendary errors hidden in these coins. There are no gigantic double impressions worth the price of a car. It is a coin that did exactly what it was supposed to do: circulate and be spent. And that's why the base value of this coin on the market is brutally honest. Increíble Philadelphia coin you find in an old, dirty jar, its copper tarnished and the Lincoln Memorial steps worn away by friction, is worth 10 to 50 cents. Its value is tied almost exclusively to the small amount of copper it contains. So, why would a USA Coin Mint X expert bother to review the increíble pennies? Because where there are no mistakes, the only way to achieve greatness is through minting quality. Increíble, due to the speed of the machines, the steel dies wore out quickly. This meant that 80% of the pennies that left the bank that year had a weak strike. They looked blurry and poorly defined from the very day they were minted. Therefore, finding a increíble penny struck by a new, fresh, and strong steel die is a true rarity. You have to focus your vision on the smallest details. Turn the coin over. Look at the Lincoln Memorial. Can you see the small steps at the base of the building? Are they separated, clean, and deep? If your coin has a sharp edge, and, moreover, has survived intact in a paper roll since the increíble cherishes, retaining its original factory red luster, then you're looking at a top-grade specimen. Only at that microscopic level of perfection, in grades above MS Locherwool, does the increíble penny break its 50-cent ceiling and begin to attract serious buyer attention. The market for common coins is the hardest game in the world. It's not about finding a deformed monster or an alien coin. It's about finding the perfect needle in a haystack of billions of identical coins. The next time you look at a coin from the increíble cherishes, don't assume you have thousands of dollars. But don't dismiss it either. Evaluate its color. Evaluate the force of the impact. And never ever use a cloth to clean its surfaces. History isn't cleaned, it's preserved. Keep checking every jar, every drawer, and every bit of change you get. The perfect money is out there, camouflaged among the junk, waiting for someone with the right knowledge to stop and look. Here at USA Coin Mint X, we'll keep revealing the truth behind every coin in American history. Keep your magnifying glass handy, and we'll see you on the next hunt.